Hey guys, I'm Alex Eastwood, and I'm finally starting my dividend journey. I'm just going to be filming my process of the stocks that I'm investing in, and the process as to which I'm buying and selling, which platform I'm using, my end goal, and the reason why I decided to get into uh, dividend stocks. So um, I'm a little nervous on camera, so try to be a little bit patient with me. I don't know everything about stocks, so I'm not a financial advisor or anything. I had just been watching videos on YouTube, and some of these YouTubers that have been doing this for a while, I've just been watching righteously. So I just wanted to film my process and my journey, and uh, hopefully we can all grow together and learn stuff together. Anyways, so that being said, let's just go ahead and dive on into it, and I'll show you all of the stocks that I've already purchased and held for about a month, and also just show you what websites I'm using and other tools that I'm using in my process. So let's dive on into it. Okay, guys, so we're back, and sorry for the whole background. I know it's not like the most preferred background, so it's kind of ugly, but this is my laundry room. This is where all the magic happens as far as washing clothes and stuff. But this is where our computer's at. My computer's right here. My wife's vanity is right there. So uh, this is like our little area where we do our thing. Um, so moving on to the website that I've been focusing on. I'm just curious as to see how Robinhood does their dividends. I know that they do. I just got my first one from Nokia. Well, I'm getting it on, let's see. This is my first dividend I've ever received, and it is coming in on the 8th. Ah, my wife is calling me. Hello? Hello? Hello, what are you doing? I just wanted to show you my first dividend ever coming in was with Nokia, and that's coming in on the 8th for 27 cents. Woo! But I mean, I'm happy about it. It's my first one. So over here on the right side, you can see all of the stocks that I have selected and purchased right now. I've got zero point 0.1 shares of Microsoft, not a whole lot. That was just one that I selected that was free because a friend signed up. I do plan on buying more of that one, but later on, because that one's a little bit more expensive. I have 11.54 shares, 11.54 shares of Nokia. Sorry. Then 2 shares of the Schwab ETF. Then 1 share of O. 1 share of Maine. 2 shares of Vici. 7 shares. 7.24 shares of the Oxford, let's say that's Oxford Financial? Square Capital. Oxford Square Capital. EC, which is the Eco Petrol. So 12.49 shares of the Eco Petrol. 3.82 shares of Horizon. This is one of the newer ones that I just bought today. Each share was, I think it was like 45 something. No, it was 45.20 something whenever I bought in. So I have 3.82 shares of that one. And I tried to make these trades before the first, but I was just waiting for those funds to come in, because on this Robinhood account I'm only having 100 in every pay period, so 200 a month. I'm just trying to grow this one, well, not grow it fast, but over time grow it and build it up as much as I can. But I'll explain a little bit more into that later. And then the last one that I have right now is PSEC, or Prospect Capital. I have 3.8 shares of that one. And I have a couple watch lists down here that are pretty important. I'm just trying to minimize these for you. So I have oil and gas to buy. There's a main one on there that is pretty important or special to me, and that's just because that I worked for that company. That's Halliburton, and I'll just go over that one real quick as to why I think it's a good one to keep your eye on and to have a little bit of money saved up for something like this. So I was working for this company from 2018 to 2020, and we were laid off, but around this time I'll be able to show you where it was. So I was working here all along this, basically all along this time, and then it crashed. So it was pretty high. So it was in the 20s, high 30s, or mid 30s, and then it crashed down to $5. I think at one point it was actually lower than that. And then eventually I started working for them again later on. But working for a company that you know that the stock price would most likely go down but then go up, because oil and gas in our country, in the US, is very, very important, and that's a servicing company to the oil field, but it's also a company that's been around for over 100 years. So I definitely want to capitalize on something like this the next time it crashes, if it ever does. But if it doesn't, okay, there's money in that account that's gaining interest. So if I keep a little bit of money back, then that money that is gaining interest would go towards, a company like Halliburton. Because if I would have bought in at $5 and put in 1,000, then right here at the highest that it's been, actually I think this is the highest that it's been, that would have been a lot of money. Would have been a lot of money. So I'm telling myself that I definitely want to save for another Halliburton rainy day, or another red day. So at Halliburton they call it Big Red. So I want to save it for another red day. Anywho, I'm not used to the desktop version. I'm used to the mobile version. So that's the oil and gas. That's just some other different companies on there. This is Devon, Schlumberger, Halliburton. I want to say this is Diamondback. Yep, Diamondback Energy. And Halliburton, they do dividend. They do dividend stocks, and they are on my dividend list, but there's other ones that I would rather buy in first, obviously, for that one big main reason as to why I'm not buying into Halliburton right now. So over here on this list I have monthly dividends, best monthly dividends, and just regular dividends. So just going to show you some of the ones that are in this one. There's, the Charles Schwab ETF, Maine, UHN, Oxford, Pinnacle, just a whole bunch of random ones that I've just been scouring, seeing which ones have the best payout as far as monthly dividend and quarterly. There's some that I've gotten rid of just testing these waters within the first month. And I'm pretty happy with the ones that I have selected right now, but I'm on the next pay cycle. I'll be buying into some of those and seeing what those look like. And if those are good, then I'll hang on to them. And if they're, like 1 penny for 5 shares, then they can go kick rocks. I'm going to sell those ones. And then these are the monthly dividends. These are the companies that pay out the monthly dividends. And some of these I have gotten rid of because they pay for crap. They don't pay very good. And out of all the stocks that I have right now, the one that I say is paying the most and doing the best is EC. So that's Eco Petrol. And I'll show you on the payout calendar that I use as to why I'm saying that. But we're going to head over to my Charles Schwab account. This is the account that I'm putting in more equity into each month. I'm putting in $600 a month, but I just started. And I'm putting into the SBR, the saving royalty, right here. My goal for this one is to have at least 10K in there, so if I'm continuing at this rate, I can get there within about a year and a half. And the reason that I chose this one in particular is because of the 5-year. They're increasing their dividends. It's going down a little bit, but not by much. And I think that this company is definitely going to be one that sticks around for a while. And so the most previous dividend payment was 54 cents for 1 share. And that's pretty excellent. And so, again, I do only plan on putting in 600 into this one royalty trust up until I get at least 10K in equity there. Then I'll probably move on to the Charles Schwab ETF, or actually this one. I thought there was another tab. Oh yes, here it is. So Gain, Glad, Maine, PFLT. I can't exactly remember what that one was. Pennant Park, floating rate. Pennant Park. And these are all basically just like research that I've done as far as YouTube and Google have gone. So these would be like good prospects as to, after I hit that 10K mark, to start investing into these ones. So that's the Robinhood account. So $200 a month into the Robinhood account. There's currently $598.38 of equity inside this account right now. And then there's a little bit of the Roth IRA, which I haven't really messed with. There's only $20 in there, so not a whole lot going on there right now. I would be focusing on that later. But right now, for this account, I just want to focus on getting this account, this portfolio up a little bit more. And now I'm going to show you the dividend tracker that I use to help give me an idea on how much I'd be making like a month or a year. So up here you can see EC, or Eco Petrol. That one's doing the best. I only have, I think it was 12 shares. That's getting me close to $10 every quarter. So that's not too bad actually. But my annual income right now is $72.25, monthly average about $6, May income $4. But Horizon Technology Finance, Main Street Capital, Microsoft, Nokia, Reality Income Corp, Oxford Square Capital, Prospect Capital, Sabine Royalty Trust. I added that just so I can keep an eye on it as to how much I'd be making from that also. The Schwab ETF and the Vici property. So this is what it's looking like for May 4, but I do plan on adding shares each month, so it will definitely grow. But as far as this goes, I'd be doing dollar cost averaging on the Schwab. I definitely want to raise that. So even if I'm only doing $25 a pay period or 50, I definitely want to raise that up, because ETFs, they are like a combination of different companies all together into one. That's what an ETF is. And then I'd say after I get the Charles Schwab account, website, whatever you want to call it, the SBR up to 10K, then I really want to either start looking into getting the Roth IRA kicked off, but I don't want it to really be with Robinhood. I want it to be with M1 Finance, because I already have that account set up and ready to go. I'm just waiting. And so that's why after the 10,000, like, I want to focus on these two things first, and then after that one thing is completed, then I'll move over to the Roth IRA and then start investing $6,500 a year into that. And the whole point of this dividend portfolio that I'm doing is so me and my wife can live, basically live off these dividends, live off the dividend income, or it go towards, our income for later on. So my goal would probably be about 25 to 30 years, because I'm 31. Well, I'm about to be 31 right now, so I'm just starting, and that's a lot of time that I wasted not getting into this sooner. And there's a YouTuber that I've been watching. His name is Jack Murphy. So shout out to Jack Murphy, because there's a lot of things that I've learned from this kid. It doesn't really matter how old you are. If you know something, then it's okay to put all your knowledge out there, because there's guys like me that'll take that knowledge and completely eat it up, but also do our own research on it, as far as good research and bad research, meaning you can look up something that will, correlate to the decision that you made, like help raise your, what's the right word? Go with your decision. So I like looking up things about a company, like the good things, but also the bad things. I'm trying to make as much sense as I can, but talking in front of a camera is not really, it's not really comfortable. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm not used to it, so I stutter a lot. So, getting off track, that's why I started watching Jack Murphy, is because he made things so simple, and he is making things so simple, and there's a lot of things that I really wouldn't have known without watching him, but also looking it up. So, seeing his progress, if he can do that by just teaching himself and getting all the knowledge that he can and getting all the personal research done online, I can do the same. I'll use him as like a reference, but I'm just not going to copy every single thing that he does, because there's stocks that I'm invested in that he's not currently. So my goals are a little bit different than his, because I'm married, I have 3 kids of my own, and he's a college kid. I'm not talking down about him. I'm actually really proud of this kid, because he's in college and he's doing something for himself later on. So hats off to Jack Murphy. And so this dividend tracker, I will definitely leave a link in the description. But I like this dividend tracker because it'll show you the days, or roughly around the days that you should be receiving a payment. And I like this specific one, probably just because it's the first one I've ever used, but it's just so simple. because it breaks it down monthly, weekly, and I really like that. It makes it very simple. So I'm going to be trying out Robinhood and seeing how good like the dividend payouts are. I don't know if there will be any different between here and the Charles Schwab website, but I have both of these on my phone and on the desktop. So if anyone sees this video and knows that Robinhood doesn't pay out as much as, you know, the Charles Schwab account would, then I would definitely be up for moving everything over to the Charles Schwab. But I'm just curious. I'm just curious as to how Robinhood actually does their payouts. Do they pay out more, less? Probably not more, because everything that happened with Robinhood, with them getting hacked and not letting account users use their account and stuff like that, then I would be more willing to move over to the Charles Schwab account. So again, if you know anything about if Robinhood's good or not, let me know. I would really appreciate that. And it'll probably be with this account for maybe another 2 to 3 months, unless everyone says, jump ship, Alex. So I'll be like, okay, time to go. So thank you guys. That's it. And the next video I'll be doing will be towards the end of May, whenever I make the next couple buys that I have my eyes on. I'm not sure which other stocks I'm going to be buying off the top of my head. This is just going to be something I'm going to need to actually take a look into. But if not, then I'll probably just be doing some dollar cost averaging. So I might just do some dollar cost averaging for the next pay period, and then after that maybe buy into some more new ones. So thank you guys. And also I'll be putting my account referral on here at the bottom. So if you guys don't have a Robinhood account and you guys want to sign up, then use my referral link. I'd be really appreciative of that, because I get a little bit of stock and so do you. And also, since this is my first video for this new channel, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.